Hello you guys, here's my tutorial on how to pick a Medeco. I got a little better at it, and so I was going to show you how I do it. I'm still not at all good, but I'll get there eventually maybe. If I keep hard practice on for 2 hours or so each day on this one lock, I might get good at it, but I don't know. So what I use is I use counterclockwise right now, and I use a short hook from Peterson and a tension wrench that I made. It's like a Wizwazzle American tension wrench, only I made it a little thinner at the top so it fits better, and it's not very big, but it fits the Medeco nicely and gives me a nice thumb spot. So right now, as you can see, it's picked. Now, one thing I want to say about this is when it's picked, you can't lose that pick. You can't lose your rotations or your pick at the moment, because the sidebar is locked inside those pins and the grooves, and that means it's in the real groove, not the false groove. So that means that it is set and nothing can stop that. So that means the pins are completely rotated to where they need to be. Now, as soon as you lock it, the springs will drop. We'll push the top pins down in and lock those bottom pins in place in the same spot. Now, if this worked right, the way it should most of the time, I can go in there and just lift up on each of the pins, maybe. If I can find the binding pin, there we go. And lift them all up to the shear and pick it like a normal lock with the sidebar in. Whoop. Yeah, see, now it's going to fuck up on me as soon as I do a tutorial. I just did it a minute ago. Like 4 times. I don't know. Alright, see, this is what I mean. Whenever I get on camera, I can't do it either. I just did it on camera too. Huh. If you did it right, you should be able to just open it again for maybe 3 or 4 times, I guess. Because that's what I've been having trouble with. I'll get around 3 or 4 opens. And that's about it. But yeah. You get it open 3 or 4 times again, and then you'll have to find whichever pin that got messed up in the rotation. I don't know which one it is. Alright, so now that you've got it locked again, you'll notice a few things. If you have the pin rotations all messed up or whatever, or most of them messed up, at least, you'll notice when you're setting pins, it will seem like you're setting an infinite number of pins multiple times or so. Because that's because you're setting or unsetting or getting a false groove on your rotations. If you're just picking them, just going in there and trying to pick like I'm doing, you will notice that you're setting more. That's how I know that there's rotational error in my pins. So when you're in there and you're picking, you want to find and keep track of which pins you can set by lifting, is what I do first. So I can set these 2 by lifting. That one's solid, that one's solid, solid, solid. Nothing more, I don't think. Alright, nothing more I can set. That means I've got 2 correctly rotational set pins. Or the other way around, all those pins are rotationally set and the other one's not. Or the other 2 are not. So I've done it with those 2 correctly set, and that's what I've had success with, so I'm assuming that's what it is. So then you want to go back in there and you want to not lift very much, but lift and turn and pull until you get the pin set. This is more like Zio's tutorial. And you'll find that the pins that aren't really there may rotationally set for you. You don't want to use too much tension, but if you get that thing to set, all the way. You want to put on quite a bit of tension that way in case something bad happens, like it unsets like what mine did. You won't lose your rotations or sets. Alright, so now I think I've got most of them set rotationally, or all of them, whichever ones. There, alright, now I think I've got them all set rotationally. So now you go in there and you lift each of the pins again, and you'll notice that you'll get more pins to set, or all of them to set. This is just like a beginner tutorial, hopefully, on these. And there, now I got 3, 4, 5, 6. There's one more hanging up somewhere. I got 6 clicks, which means I'm rotationally setting them, or I had a false set and I set the pin up all the way. I don't remember where I put the mushrooms, if I did. They might all be regular. But you set them all. Why is my pick making so random noises? And you set the pins that you can set. If it doesn't open, that means you've got a rotational error, or you have something else you did wrong. And now you're just going to repeat that until you get the lock to open. And once it's open, there you go. This is how I do it. This way it takes quite a while. It's just what I do, though, because I can't really get them to rotate at all without continuous retries. I can't set half and half at all. They honestly will just set in both ways at the same time. I mean, if I turn it the other way, it'll set pretty much the same on both of my locks that I have. And it's just annoying, but that's the only way I can do it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think I'll be able to get this one open anymore right now. It will probably take a very long time to get it again. But you just keep going at it, trying to get those pins to rotate the correct way. And you'll know if they're rotated the correct way if you take out the sidebar of your lock and put all the regular pins in. You'll know what the binding order for the regular pins are. If you have it set correctly, if that binding order's off, then you know you did something, you know you have an incorrect pin. Or if when you're setting pins with the sidebar back in after you've picked it regular for a few times and you notice the feeling's different when you're picking it, you know you have a pin that's incorrectly rotated, because it will be biting into that pin and there'll be something won't be right and it won't open. So I don't know which ones are which anymore, so that's about it. Hope that helps at all, if you can even get it open that way. That's the way that I do it, and it works for me after a while. So, yeah, try it if you want to. If not, then find another one. If it does work, then tell me, so I know if you're even able to do it. But I'm pretty sure it works because that's what I do. So, yeah, see ya.